Okay, so this is a tutorial on how to resize a STL file in Carbide Create Pro build 842. This is for Eric. So Eric, got your email or message through Etsy and you wanted it bigger than this one. The one I'm working on is the last version I sent you with the distance across about 8 inches. So I'm going to try to remake it so that it's 11 and a half inches. So what I did first thing is I divided it out. So 8 divided by 11 and a half, it's about 1.43 times bigger. So 1.43. So I'm going to come over here and deselect everything, hit my setup, and I'm going to take 18.5. Let's see. Oh, crud. I've got my calculator open, but it's not. You can't see it. So I'm going to go 18.5 times 1.43. So that's 26.45. So I'm going to go 26.45. And then I'm going to take 25.59 times by the same, 25.59 times 1.43. So that gives me 36.5937. So 36.5937. Okay, apply. Now you can see that my surface area is much bigger, but my model hasn't changed. So I'm gonna go to the model tab and I'm gonna select my STL, and then I have transform. Hopefully I can do this. No, it's not gonna work. So I think I can just slide this over. So slide, 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 slide. There. And then slide, 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 slide. There. Okay, so that resized it pretty quickly. And this is the outline, so I'm going to delete that because obviously it doesn't fit anymore. You come up to your STL and you right click it, and it says create outline vectors. Select that. I do like 0.1 and hit OK. And so now you've got some holes. We'll have to delete those holes because we don't want those. But that's fine. So yeah, show 3D. So okay, looks pretty good. And you can see there's no red areas. So if it's sticking up above the top of your piece of wood or stock, it'll show red. Like for instance, this leaf here is the tallest leaf. So if our STL was above the top threshold of the work, then this would be red and you would know you have to adjust things. So hide. Now we're gonna go back to design and I wanna clear stuff out. Unselect that. Okay, so we're gonna delete these because we don't really want to go all the way through right there. We really just want the outline. So delete, 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 delete these little miscellaneous. Oh, not the whole thing. Control Z. All right, Control Z brought the outline back. So delete that, delete that, delete this guy, delete that guy. All right, let's see here. A couple more. Delete there, delete there, delete there. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now we've resized the STL file. It's really pretty simple. You saw me do it. Go to Toolpaths, and everything stayed the same from that original file I sent you, except for this contour. So we have to come, it's easier to select it if you come here. Select your exterior contour, go to Toolpath, see how it's yellow, so that means it's empty, right? So we're gonna click it. Should already have this thing selected. Change vectors, use current selection, one vector, 1/4 inch end mill, 0.75 deep, outside right, stock to leave 0. Oh, we didn't do any tabs. So let's go back and do tabs. But the toolpath will work fine, just like that. So we can show simulation and it's going to go through the rapids, and I'm going to click this off and we'll do it in pine. I like pine better. Okay, so you can kind of see it going through the rough cut right now. Just gonna watch it do its thing. We can adjust it a little bit here. All right, now it's gonna do the finish pass. I have it all the way maxed out, but the model now is pretty big since we resized it to a big area. I mean, this is gonna be a long carve, so it's just gonna take a few seconds to render. So I did it at a 45, so the initial pass should have been at a 0 or a 90, and the finish pass at a 45. It just adds more detail. If you want, you can actually run multiple finish passes, just how long do you want it to take, and how clean do you want the final product to be. I think on a wood piece this big, I think a 1/4 inch end mill is probably fine. You can do some minor hand sanding and kind of clean up some rough spots. Pretty much no matter what, you're going to have a little bit of hand sanding because unless you just go with like a point, a 1 3/4 ball mill, and it takes you, 15, 16, 20 hours to do a really fine finish pass. It just takes forever, and you could do it multiple times. So I usually just do like a 1/8 inch bit. On a bigger project like this, I think I'd feel fine on a 1/4 inch bit. Now it's running into the contour pass. So it's going to do the cutout pass. Now, if you'll notice, there's no tabs. So um, if we leave the no tabs off, it's going to break loose and mess up the project. So that's done. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty darn good. So you can, if you were to come in and like change the angle and like do another 45 this way, you'd clean up some of this little waves here. Or if you did like a 1/8 inch ball mill, those would kind of go away. Just depends on how much detail you want. Okay, so let's go back to design. We have our outline vector selected. And this little icon right here is for tabs. So we're going to add some tabs. I like to put them in like the flat spots, right? So you got a straight area there. I'd go right there and right there. That's enough tabs. You don't need too many. And okay. And that's it. So you come over here, your toolpaths. You see it's going to be a pretty long carve. Your rough cut's still rendering here, but the cutout's 24 minutes. The finish that's with a 1/4 inch ball mill. It's almost 2 hours. The rough cuts, I mean, that's like what, 4 hours? I don't even know that math in my head, but 273 minutes. So if you want to speed that up, you can come in here, edit. I mean, we're going pretty quick. I mean, the depth per pass is 0.125. I don't know what machine you have. If you have a 5 Pro or an HDM, you can go probably up to 0.25, and that would make it half as long. The plunges, you can speed that up, and you can do the speed rate. It's just whatever your machine can handle. I don't know if you have a HDM or a Shapeoko 3. I mean, you have to know what your feeds and speeds are. So yeah, that's kind of the process. Let me hit save. So just save as, and I'll just rename it resized shield for Eric, and it's going to be 1 by almost 16, but that's just the size you requested. All right, Eric, that's how you kind of do it. It's pretty simple. Good luck, and have happy carving.